on my Euro shopping list this year. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Celesta. We talk about all things luxury shopping and handbags. If you love those things, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification. I do post videos twice a week. So I am in full trip planning mode. I actually have a pretty blank itinerary for my Euro trip, but I have a full list of things that I know I want to get while I'm in Europe. We are going to London, Copenhagen, and Amsterdam, so not your typical Euro summer this year. And obviously we've been to London, we've been to Amsterdam, and we technically have been to Copenhagen because we had like flight issues, but we never really got to like see the town. So I'm kind of excited. A little bit of a different trip this year. Nonetheless, we are still going to be doing some shopping. So I wanted to run through my Euro shopping list. These are things I might get, I might not get. Who's to say? So let's jump right into it. Starting with the Goyard tote. So I'm currently borrowing the Goyard St. Louis PM from Vivrel this month, and I really wanted to test this bag out before I got it because obviously I sold my Neverfull for a reason. I also feel like for so long I kind of hated this bag, so it really didn't make sense for me to go and get this bag until I got it. And then when you're thinking about this bag, there's a lot of cons. People with the issues of color transfer and the color rubbing off on their shirt. The bag generally is very flimsy. The armhole is kind of small. I feel like there's a lot of cons going into this bag, but on the flip side, I also feel like I'm kind of missing like a schlep around tote bag in my collection. So I'm kind of on the fence whether to get it or not. I think it really comes down to whether they have it in stock. So originally, if I'm thinking with my head, it makes the most sense to get the black version. I think that's the most versatile. It fits within my wardrobe and my style, but my heart wants the new like pinky coral one. So I guess we'll have to see what they have available. I also have no idea how hard the pink one is to get because I feel like previous years it's been really hard to get. So I actually have no idea. I will be going to the London store because they don't have a Goyard store in Amsterdam or Copenhagen. Getting it in the UK with the British pound right now to the US dollar, it's pretty much about the same price minus the sales tax. Of course, you might have to pay some kind of tax when you come back into the country. So it's not so much about like savings. It's more about the experience and potential if they have it. So we'll have to see. If I don't end up getting that one, I'll probably end up getting a new Longchamp tote. I have been eyeing this like dusty pink color that they have, but of course they just had a price increase recently. I do feel like Longchamp in the Euro, it'll probably be a little bit cheaper. The Longchamp that I do have, I got in 2018. She is still holding very, very strong. I have to say, I have to give applause to that, but I do feel like, one bag every 8 years, not terrible. So I might treat myself to getting a pink one. The next bag, again, it comes down to like whether this is available or not. I had discovered that Bottega has recently released an mini Andiamo size, which I like the Andiamo style in general, but I feel like even the small was a little bit too big for my frame. I am 4'11", and so I saw that they released the mini and I was like, this is perfect. This is perfect. I might need her. It doesn't come in that many colors right now. Then like maybe this is gonna be a very hard to find bag, who knows? But I do think it's really cute. Again, this is maybe not top priority because I have to be realistic in terms of like whether it's actually gonna be available by the time I'm there. But I do think this is really cute. If I were to get it, I'd probably consider the fondant color. I think the Andiamo in fondant is just so iconic. I also like it in the white/sea salt, but I obviously have a lot of white bags and I don't really have that many dark brown bags. So I'm definitely considering it and we'll have to see. Another Bottega bag that has been on my wish list for a while, but I've never really pulled the trigger because I've kind of been waiting for the right color, is the Bang Bang Vanity. I think, if I had to pick between the Bang Bang Vanity or the Chanel Slim Vanity, my heart says the Chanel one just because I think I like that size a little bit more. It's a little bit smaller, it's a little bit slimmer, but of course with Chanel, it doesn't have the adjustable strap, so I don't really know if it's gonna fit me. I guess we'll have to see. I honestly still haven't been able to try it on in store, so I actually have no idea what it looks like. So I guess we'll have to see where that falls, literally. Either one of those, really depending on the color. And it's one of those bags, most of these are kind of like this on this list. I feel like before, when I used to go to Europe, I used to have a very strict list of like what I'm looking for, and I was determined to get it. Versus this time around, I feel like if they have it, they have it. If they don't, they don't. I'm not gonna go chasing for this bag, and if they have it, it's kind of meant to be, but if they don't, then maybe not now. Moving over to shoes, I would love to get these new Dior bow sandals. I think they are so stinking cute. They currently only come in black, canvas, and this like watercolor floral print kind of thing. And I know that they are going to come out with other colors. Well, I don't know. I hope that they come out with other colors because they have the heeled version in light blue. They have it in pink. Like, I feel like it's just a matter of time before they release the flat version in those colors. So I'm hoping by the time I go, they release the flat versions in those colors. Fingers crossed. Worst case scenario, I either wait or I get the watercolor ones. I do feel like the watercolor ones are unique, but of course it does have like a base of like white, so it is gonna get dirty very easily. The next pair of shoes I'd be open to considering, and again, it's one of those things, I think with Chanel in general, you don't really know what they have until you're there. And I don't know how's the Chanel stock in Amsterdam. I don't know how the Chanel stock is in Copenhagen. I probably wouldn't buy it in London because you don't get the VAT refund anymore, and the British pound compared to the US dollar is higher. The euro is high too, but that's besides the point. So I am considering these Mary Janes. I've seen these at Nordstrom. I think they're really cute. They have the little bow on them. I know myself. I know I can't do the Chanel flats. I hate when I'm walking and the heel just comes up. I know I can't do the flats. So I think the Mary Janes, if I do want to get these shoes, will probably be my best bet. I just don't know if they're going to have them, if I like them when I try them on. I mean, realistically, I should have tried them on before putting them in this wish list. Who knows? Maybe. So we'll see what they have when we get there, in addition to how much luggage space we have. Moving over to more miscellaneous items, I do have a couple things from Tote that are on my shopping list. I ran out of the Vino Perfect serum. I might have another one. And then I also ran out of the acne blemish one that they have. Both of those are amazing, amazing serums. I'll probably get a new setting spray and hand cream just as backup. Tote is like half the price in Europe than it is here. And I love Tote products, but I'm sorry, but I don't want to pay full price for anything. You guys know this about me. And so if I can get it on sale, we're getting it on sale. And that is definitely something that we're going to stock up on. I'm sure there's going to be other like EU pharmacy type products that I'm like, as I'm scrolling, I might come across as well. But like realistically, there's not that much that I need. I will also be shopping for Miffy. If you didn't know, fun fact, Miffy is Dutch. I didn't know this until like 3 years ago, but there's quite a few like Miffy stores in Holland. So I'm really excited to go and like shop around and see what they have. Love, love, love Hema. I could spend hours there. So again, it's going to come down to luggage space and like how much space we have for little tchotchkes and things like that. And last but certainly not least, you thought we would leave this off the list, but we are definitely not. We will be coming home with Nespresso pods. You guys know whenever I travel now, I always come back with Nespresso pods because I had discovered that it's like half the price. It's about 50% off in the EU. So again, we'll have to see how much luggage space we have. Last time around when we were in Korea, I stocked up on a lot of like full cup coffees because I do tend to drink hot coffee in the winter and then my iced coffee in the summer. But also I want to be realistic because I have been trying to cut sugar and I feel like I add a lot of sugar to my drinks specifically. Like I'm not just doing a double espresso. I'm doing a double espresso with milk, with creamer, with syrup, the whole 9 yards. And so I feel like I've cut back quite a bit on my Nespresso consumption and just gone back to just drip, because if I'm not going to enjoy the coffee, I might as well not, spend this much money on pods. So I think we'll have to see, but definitely going to be stocking up on Nespresso pods. The double espressos. I also saw that they released a lavender coffee pod, so I'm going to be trying that as well. So that sums it up for our Euro shopping list so far. I'm sure as we're walking around, we're gonna see other things. I'm really excited about Copenhagen and shopping. I was kind of scrolling on TikTok and there's a lot of like little shops and things like that for Copenhagen that I'm just so excited about. I'll also be posting our vlog, itinerary, what we're doing, where we're going to eat, all of that. So stay tuned for that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you have any other recs for London, Copenhagen, or Amsterdam, specifically Copenhagen, just because this is really the first time that we're going. I'll leave another video for you guys here and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!